Hey, hey, thank you for coming on such short notice. You can take a seat right there, and I will be right back. Hmm? Oh, did I forget to tell you why I asked you to drop by tonight? Late? With only like an hour's notice? Okay. Well, it's because I made too much food. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's it. I cooked too much. No other reason whatsoever. And yeah, because I couldn't see you if the whole day shift crew were here eating, I had to call you at night. Yep. I think that makes sense to me. No, I don't think I sound suspicious at all. I find that insinuation quite rude. Now, if you don't mind, I need to go get the dinner that I made for me that I made too much of, so I made dinner for us unintentionally. Yeah, okay. Sure, you don't buy that, but it doesn't matter. I need to go get the dinner I made before it gets cold. Or burns. I don't remember if I left it on the stove or not. Either way, it would be a big problem. One, we wouldn't have dinner. Two, the rest of my plan wouldn't work. All I said was we wouldn't have any dinner. Nothing else? Yeah, if you'll excuse me, I will be right back. Okay, here it is. It's rather difficult to make quality cuisine on, a burning space chartering ship, but I try my best. Oh, I'm sorry, did you just say why is it difficult to cook on this ship? And also you asked, what is burning space? Okay, I'll answer those questions in order. First, it's difficult because I never really know what I'm going to have around. See, whenever we find a planet that has like food on it, animals, plants, insects, microbes, frankly, anything that isn't just a rock, especially the captain's looking for transplutonics. Anyway, the captain sends down a team, not including me, mind you, and that team brings back samples. And then the ship's chief surgeon and science staff verify that these samples aren't hazardous to humans, or me, I guess, now. Yes, after they determine that something is safe for consumption, it's up to me to figure out what the heck to do with it. You see, do you know how hard it is to constantly have to learn how to use new foods? Like, sure, it's fun, it's interesting, it's engaging in a way, but like, oh my gosh. Like, imagine you're cooking like a normal food, and then suddenly they're just like, oh, here, have a Glarb schnock. And you're like, what is that? What does this even taste like? And so then you have to go eat some ginger to cleanse your palate, and then you can sample the weird food that was just brought to you and left in your kitchen. And you have to do this over and over and over until you can figure out how to put all these things together in a way that is palatable to, everybody at the same time. Yeah, it's not exactly easy, I'll say. Frankly, I actually, you see, I have some experimental cheese down in Storage Base 6. I think it's going to be a real hit. Yeah, experimental cheese. Look, alien world equals experimental cheese. I'm pretty sure predicate calculus would agree with me that this is a tautology. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a tautology. If you want, I can find some paper and we could do the truth table. No? Okay. Yeah, no, you're shaking your head. Yes. Anyway, do you want to try the experimental cheese when it's done? I know that doesn't exactly sound like the most appetizing thing in the world, but I mean, I'll get the surgeon to certify it's safe for consumption first. Really? Okay. Well, it should be ready in 6 to 8 weeks. Give or take a few days. Mm-hmm. Well, I look forward to it. It should, yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just going to be, more of a soft rind variety cheese. Kind of like a brie kind of thing, squishy and soft. I've been looking at your human archives on your computers here since I have a lot of free time looking at human cheeses. And, it looks like I expect it would turn out like brie. Right, sorry. Other question that you asked. No, yes, I'll finish my thought. In short, I very rarely have repeat ingredients because it's my job to make food that doesn't deplete our ration storage. So I work with what I'm given, which is usually really weird stuff. Yeah. yeah. You can't blame me. You can't blame me for the weird stuff that's served in here. I mean, okay, yes. Actually, literally, yes, I am to blame for the stuff that's served in the galley. But I work with what I'm given. Take it up with the captain or survey crew if you have a problem, okay? Thank you. And to answer your second question, that question will have a longer answer, which I realized due to my yapping, that first question also had a relatively long answer, but yeah, the second question will have a longer answer, and frankly, a less lighthearted one. Are you ready for that? Well, thank you. Thank you, Astra? What do you think? It's an old human language. Again, like I said, I was looking through archives. It means stars. I thought it might be a good nickname. What do you think? Nope. Okay, I am really running out of ideas here. What's your call sign for, when you're up in your fighter? Trigger. Yeah, I don't know how. Okay, that. It's dramatic, and it's fitting for a top ace, but a bit too stiff for an affectionate nickname, don't you think? What? No, I just said it was quite dramatic and fitting for you. After that, all I said was it was too stiff for a nickname, don't you think? No, I don't remember saying that. I have a very good memory. I think I would remember if I said something like that. Yeah, I know I forgot if I had left the food out getting cold or on the stove burning. That doesn't mean I don't have a good memory, okay? It just means I'm forgetful. You can be forgetful and have a good memory, okay? I'm less sure about that one being a tautology, but I will not bet on that. Yeah. Okay, where to start? Well, I suppose I'll start at the beginning. What is burning space? And that was your question, right? When I brought that up earlier. Well, burning space is simply what you call hyperspace. You see, the interactions between normal reality and the reality which we are currently traveling through have a rather explosive tendency when mixed. You see, if you open a threshold or a tear between normal reality and this burning space, there's a explosive burning reaction between the edges. It's quite beautiful, but really dangerous and burning hot in like a magnesium fire kind of way, you know? It just made sense to, our physicists and mathematicians and engineers to just call it burning space, because that's what it did. You got normal reality and then the reality that's on fire. Yeah. It made sense to me. I don't really know where y'all got hyperspace. It doesn't really make sense. It's not like bouncing off the walls. Like, it's not like you made me into a dimension or something. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Did you just say which space? That was the first suggestion that people came up with. I'm both devastated and happy that lost to hyperspace. Which space? Both sounds like awesome, but also like a conspiracy theory in the making, Okay, staying on track, right? My people. Yes, I mentioned them. You didn't think I was like the only cat person in existence, did you? Although, that might be better. Sorry. No, ignore that. Don't worry about it. It was nothing. No, come on. It was, I just spoke without thinking. It wasn't anything. Don't worry. Okay. Well, I just thought maybe if I were unique and like, the only cat person to exist, maybe you'd like having me around more. Like an old coin. Rare, treasured, a family heirloom. Either way, what I mean is I wanted you to see me as unique and something you wanted to have around. Really? Thank you. You continue to surprise me. She hasn't met anybody else like me. I don't know if I should blush and smile or cry. Yes. Where to start? Well, we didn't really have extensive records from before some great calamity occurred. So, our earliest records were of us drifting through space in small fleets of generational ships. We became expert shipbuilders and navigators and scavengers. My fleet, the Quara, we never left burning space, actually. Yes, it was quite dangerous, but it was the choice of the old Navarks. They told us it was safer than anywhere else for us. It resulted in interesting things. See, while you humans and many others grow up looking at blue, green, or red skies, stars, and moons, and the comforting and familiar warmth of a nearby star, we, or perhaps more precisely, I, grew up looking out a window at the shifting, emblazoned skyline, which I frankly can't be upset with. All the time, every day, there would be orange, red, and blue-hued gases dancing together and flickering all around any direction I looked, everywhere. And our ships would push through them, and they'd create these beautiful flow patterns around our vessels. They bowed out of the way, they flowed, and they licked at the flames with tongues of fire, like little impudent sprites wisping away from our ships running. Well, sometimes I'd see flickers of what we called theta anomalies, creating slipways through space, where they would circle the fleet at blinding speeds before whisking themselves away into the horizon. They were never more than an ephemeral distraction. I mean, I make it sound grim, but it was normal to me. I worked on maintaining the galley of my home ship, actually, as I grew up. I learned the basics of machinery and electronics. Yeah, you'd be surprised how much automation we had in our kitchens. You wouldn't think I'd learn about heavy machinery in a kitchen, but hey, we do things differently than you did, apparently. But I didn't just learn machinery and electronics and that sort of thing. I also learned, my handiwork is getting cold in front of you. That's what I learned, cooking. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. To hopefully prevent our meal from getting too cold, I'm going to skip forward a bit to why I'm alone and skip over the whole childhood bit, which isn't too important right now, right? Yeah. You know those ephemeral echoes I mentioned? Those anomalous little lights flying through space at terrifying speeds, leaving slipways like rivers in their wake? Well, I suppose they got bored of going around, so they went through us. They just flew straight through my ship as if it weren't there. It ripped through the outer hull and through every single deck without even slowing down. And then it went right out the other side. On that day, I was grateful for what I had considered before that to be overbuilt escape pods. We built our escape pods with cryogenic freezing systems in them, which I thought was pointless before that. But consider that the naivete of youth. Well, I was thrown out into what I used to consider comforting and beautiful burning space. Except this time, I saw that wreckage of my home crumbling. I continued to drift away for some time on that initial impulse from being ejected from the ship, but I don't really know how long I was there. I mean, the time felt excruciating, my heartbeat deafening in my ears, but I don't know how long it was. It's probably a little while. Well, however long it was, I realized that the rest of the fleet got carried down with the slipway that the anomaly had created as it went past. They were all so far away, they could really never hope to find me. So, I just decided to push the button, freeze myself, and see what happened later. I didn't know if I'd wake up, but it worked. Here I am. I don't know how long I was frozen. Because our calendars don't really align, right? I can't look at your star date and think, oh, yeah, that's 5, 20, 300 years after I froze myself. I don't know how long. Maybe it was last week. I don't know. But either way, I'm here. My pod kept me alive, and you and your crew saved me. My pod? How did y'all find me? Right. That's true. You're not one of the senior staff, you don't know that. Well, my pod, it blinked out a symbol message. The first 10 prime numbers. This made it really simple computationally and very low power to transmit, but easy to distinguish from background radiation, as it had a very simple but recognizable pattern. And cosmic background radiation doesn't know what prime numbers are, so that's an upside. And well, here I am. Your captain and the senior staff brought me aboard and defrosted me. Your doctor made sure I wasn't really human, which I thought was kind of obvious with, the whole ears, tail, claws, and fur thing going on here. But they wanted to be sure that we were different, I guess. After the surgeon was, quite sure that I was not exactly the same as you, and the captain was satisfied, they realized they'd made, frankly, one of the biggest discoveries in human history. You weren't alone anymore, which apparently you were. Yeah, well, as I said, we never left burning space, but our traditions spoke of others. There were foxes and pointy-eared elves. I always found them the most exciting from the stories I was told as a child. I mean, I'm surprised that you haven't found anybody else. You all live in normal reality, don't you? I would assume that you'd find people out there. But apparently the only person you found is me here in burning space, so hey, what do I know? Perhaps they were just traditions. I don't know. But if we both exist, surely others do as well. Why was I confined to the galley? Okay, well, the captain didn't know how the general public, let alone the crew, would react to me. I requested to be able to work rather than just being confined to an empty set of quarters. So they put me in the kitchen, and here I stayed, and I worked. I thought it would be better to be doing some kind of work, no matter how simple, rather than being left alone with my thoughts. I mean, it all feels like it just happened to me. I tried to keep myself busy with cooking and secretly working on your fighter. Yeah. Thank you for working on it with me. It helped me keep my mind off of things. Right. Well, when we get back to... where was this ship? Right. The Persian Abyss Station. That's what the captain called it. That's a really dismal and boring name for a port. You gotta give it more pizzazz. Right, sorry. On topic. When we get there, the captain said they were going to consult with somebody called the board. They always say it in this very deep voice with gravitas, the board. I don't really know who that is. Is it some kind of governing body? So you work for a corporation. I don't know how I feel about that. Right. I shouldn't be bad-mouthing the company in front of such a high-ranking employee. Is that sedition? Since it's a government? So you're saying I shouldn't trust the board? I will take your word for it. It certainly all smells fishy to me. That's coming from me. I love fish. But that's me. Sorry, my yapping let our food get cold. I can go set it to reheat in the microwave. I'll be right back. While I'm up, is there anything you'd like? I'm gonna put on some tea for me, personally. Okay, sounds good. Well, while the food reheats, I have a small request. Promise you'll hear me out before making a decision? No, I won't tell you what it is. Promise me. Okay, thank you. Oh, and promise you won't laugh. Okay, good. So, I've been living alone here in the galley for a little while now. The only time I get away from here is when I work on your fighter, or when I'm meeting with the captain or other upper staff, but I mean, that's not exactly a relaxing experience. Yes, I am getting there. Hold on, this is just embarrassing? Yeah, that's the right word. This is embarrassing for me to say. Okay. Remember, you promised you won't laugh, okay? I feel lonely. I lost everything I had, and now I don't have a chance to rebuild, really. I mean, the only comfort I have is seeing you, and I love seeing you. I can't do it as frequently as I would want. So, yes, that brings me to my first request. Will you hold me? Or cuddle me, I guess. Yes, this is normal for us, okay? Cats like to cuddle, okay? This is normal. It's a perfectly normal display of affection. Yeah, no, I didn't say anything after. Nope. So, what do you say? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, this, okay. Well, I won't complain about being pulled into you like this. Humans are big and warm and very soft. No, I didn't mean anything like it. I didn't mean, no. I just like it when you hug me like this. This is nice. Thank you. Astra, or Trigger, or Aria, or whatever I'll end up calling you. No, I didn't just purr. Don't say such embarrassing things. I am not a kitten, okay? It's just very... okay, look, I can't help it, okay? I'm really small compared to you. It feels squishy and warm when you hug me, okay? No, I don't mean anything by that. I just mean you're super comfy, like a favorite blanket. You're much comfier than your engine. Yeah. Sometimes when I finished working on your fighter, I'd curl up in the engine bay for a little bit because it was warm. But as long as it doesn't sound weird, I prefer you. Astra, I have another request. Can you scratch my ears? I mean, you don't have to if you don't. Ooh, yes, right there. Maybe a little to the right. Yes, just right there. This is nice. Before I get lulled into like a, cat nap, I guess, or like Scritchy's coma. I don't know. Before that, I have a bigger request. I know I've already made 2 requests that might be a little weird, but can I have another? Okay. Would you be willing to do this more frequently? Thank you, but I'm not quite sure you know quite what I mean. I want to move in with you. Yes, I know it's very sudden. I just don't want to be without you anymore. And I'm now gonna go ahead and hide my face in your lap for a minute until you forget about when I just said you can head and just poke me when you forget. Hey, don't scratch my ears right now. It's mean. Although it does feel nice. Look. See, burning space doesn't feel beautiful to me anymore, and it doesn't feel safe. I want somewhere I can feel safe, and I feel safe with you. Here, look at this. See, I got pre-approval from the captain to move out of this kitchen, if you approve it as well. I took the risk and told the captain that you figured out about me. Why? Well, I wanted to ask their permission. This is so embarrassing. Look at the paper. The captain approved that we could move into a set of large quarters. It has 2 separate bedrooms, along with a slightly larger than standard bathroom, living room, and kitchen. See? So overall, it would be beneficial to you from like a logical standpoint to move into this because you'd be more comfortable. But also it means that you'd have a new roommate who would do all the cooking, cleaning, and a cat you can cuddle with when you're tired at the end of a work day. What do you say? Really? Yeah? Yes? Thank you. Okay. I promise I will do all the cooking and cleaning, like I said, and I will keep you company, and I will be a good cat, I guess. I'm gonna hug you now, okay? Thank you, Astra. Can I make another request? Will you scratch my ears and hold me a little longer? Thank you. And there's another upside to this I didn't mention. I can show you my ideas for your fighter almost every day. Okay, I'm kidding. I won't annoy you. Now please, scratch my ears more. Slightly more to the right and a little down. Right there. You see, I already packed, so whenever you're ready, I suppose when we finish eating, we can go. Or actually, we don't even have to eat here. We can just take the food and eat in our new quarters. But until then, will you scratch my ears some more? watching to the end of the video. This is like my 5th time doing this end bit because I keep forgetting things to say. But I think I'm going to remember all of them this time. Okay, first, it's becoming a pattern that I write a whole thing the day after I post one video, and then I don't know why I do that. I just write the whole thing straight through in one sitting the day after I post a video. I guess it's just I get energy from posting. Second, I wanted to say this is like what I wanted to do. I wanted to make more like, I don't know, this style of video, long form, but with like triggers mixed in, I guess, which I want to do more of in the future, of course, when I learn. But yeah, I just felt like I needed to set it up first with like that first video. It felt weird to just jump into it without a setup. So anyway, setup done, stuff, videos can happen now. Anyway, let's see. What else? Right. My voice in this was like a little worn out the day I recorded it, but like I actually really like the take that I got in like the dialogue and the ad-libs and improv I did. I thought it turned out really well, and I tried to re-record it, do it another time when my voice wasn't as tired, which it is tired right now because I just got back from an event. But anyway, I tried to record it a third time when I wasn't like tired in my voice like I am now, but it just wasn't as good. So enjoy the worn out voice that I have in the video. I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. Thank you for watching. I know you have many options for media and entertainment, but thank you for choosing this one. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Good night.